Hello everybody, again my name is Barry Schwartz. Today is the special Father's Day edition. Today is June 15th, and my name again is Barry Schwartz from the Search Engine Roundtable, and this is this week's Search Buzz video recap. Everyone, thanks for listening, and we'll start right away. Back to Father's Day, I actually noticed in the car this morning on a radio show that the people said, compared to Mother's Day, Father's Day generates only 8% of the sale revenue that Mother's Day would, meaning more children are getting their mothers better presents than their fathers. Just a little, not really search related, just letting you guys know. All right, the only people who will win this week swag are those who are fathers. So it's limited to fathers since it's Father's Day. And how you win is just comment at seroundtable.com, find this blog post, which we posted on the 15th of June. Click on the archives, click on the calendar, it says 15th of June. And all you got to do is comment, and you will be able to win swag. All you got to do is actually tell me what you got as a gift, if anything. If you didn't get anything, just say I didn't get anything. And hopefully the swag will be a gift for you for the Father's Day. Anyway, happy Father's Day, and to win, the winners of last week will be announced at the end of the show, so stay tuned and we'll announce you guys soon. Alright, so the big news last week was that Yahoo and Google announced a partnership where Yahoo will show Google ads in about 3.5 months from today with approval from the Senate, the U.S. Senate, in the U.S., on their search results. So you do a search Yahoo search. They did actually test this in the past. Google ads will actually show up for some, not all searches. It's a non-exclusive deal. They can actually show other search ads, including their own ads, on their search results. So I did a post on how this affects advertisers. And in short, obviously, on one hand, it actually makes it easier for advertisers because all they have to do is manage one campaign on one site. But in this situation, you have to understand that Google and Yahoo and other ads might show up in the Yahoo search results. So it's not just managing one campaign. It's managing a bunch still. But if they actually switch 100% over to the Google ads, then technically it's only one campaign managing for both Google and Yahoo. We did a poll back when Yahoo was first testing this. I think it was back a few months ago. And those results returned about 39% of advertisers said they do want to use Google. They do want Yahoo to use Google ads, but the majority, 46%, said they do not. Not sure exactly why. Obviously, it's competitive reasons. Obviously, having competition helps the advertiser in some sense. It's Google does. You don't want Google to have a majority, not majority, but a 100% claim over the search ad business. And having it split up between Google, Microsoft, and Yahoo does help. But on the hand, it's also making a certain advertiser's life easier and less troublesome. I don't know. So we'll see. That is not going to happen at least for another 3.5 months. And I guess we'll see what happens. Obviously, Microsoft's not too happy about this whole deal. Earlier in this week, a lot of people, webmasters noticed that a lot of people were losing their traffic in Google. Some people reported that they lost 90% of their traffic from Google. A lot of other people reported exactly the same thing, and some people reported less. But it was an unusual amount of people saying, I lost about 90% of my traffic in Google. Not sure if anybody else was affected. I personally wasn't affected. Hopefully you were not also. But what Google takes away with the web search, they actually gave back in their image search. A lot of people reported that they did something where they actually noticed a huge spike in traffic from Google image search. A lot of people were reporting this, where it seems like Google has actually loosened up their image filter to allow more images into the Google index for image search. So hopefully you're part of that, and hopefully that made up some difference in terms of any traffic you might have lost. Last week we reported that Google totally removed all the PageRank value from the internal pages at Yahoo's directory. So Yahoo directory category X or B or whatever was missing its PageRank score. Matt Cutts chimed in and said, no, it's really not. He looked in his internal databases and said, yes, the Yahoo directory does have a PageRank score. The thing is, Yahoo changed their URLs from a capital case to lowercase. From lowercase to capital case. So now, since the URL structure is a little bit different, those capitalized URLs don't have the PageRank, but those lowercase URLs do have the PageRank. The question is, do those capitalized URLs actually pass PageRank? My belief is they still do, and the Yahoo directory is still worth a lot in terms of an internal link. with all the Yahoo news, it seems like we got a report from Webmaster World that some advertisers are being cut loose in terms of getting their click fraud reports back. Meaning, a Yahoo search marketing advertiser said to Yahoo saying, "Hey, I saw this click fraud activity on my site. Please issue me a refund." In the past, they've always been very, very gracious in terms of the refunds they've been offering their advertisers. But now, this advertiser is saying 2 times in a row, Yahoo has denied and rejected his claim for a refund. Does this have anything to do with Yahoo trying to get more and more out of their advertisers in terms of revenue? Not exactly sure. Or maybe this, it's one person case. It's hard to say exactly if this is global or worldwide or advertiser wide. We will see, I guess. But this is the first case in a long time that I've heard of a complaint from an advertiser saying they did not give me my refund back. I thought I'd talk a little bit about international search engine optimization. There's 2 topics that we wrote about in the past week. One was that country-coded top-level domains, according to Google, do not rank worse in Google.com. So let's say you have google.co.il for Israel. If you have that domain name, it's obviously country-specific. It's a CCTLD. And that domain won't necessarily rank worse in Google.com, according to John over at Google. But if you do set the geographic target, it might rank not as well. That because you're telling Google, hey, this domain is only for this geographic target. But if you have a localized domain, it doesn't mean it won't rank well in the generic search engine. It does mean that it might rank better in the localized version, according to John at Google. I'm not sure if that's 100% true. Also, in terms of that, we also saw that PDF documents with other languages outside of English might actually impact how you're ranked in Google. So we saw a case where there were Spanish PDFs on a purely English site. The whole entire site was purely English on HTML on the HTML front, 100% English. But there were some PDFs which had some Spanish in it, and Google looked at those PDFs and said, "Hey, this site isn't made for Spanish," pretty much, and Google classified that as a Spanish language site. I go more into it in terms of my article, so you might want to take a look at that. I posted it on Friday, June 13th. So if you want to look more into that, you can take a look at that and let me know your thoughts. I found it particularly confusing as well as interesting. Just a quick note to AdSense publishers. According to some documentation that I found on the web, you have to update your login information to apply to a Google account login. So make sure to do that soon. Supposedly, otherwise you will be cut off. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's what the reports are. Since I post this video on YouTube as well as iTunes and other places, I thought it'd be cool to talk a little bit about the new YouTube annotations. Basically, you could actually upload your video to YouTube, and you can actually add little boxes and symbols and balloons and stuff to your video and embed those on top of your actual video as you do things. So if you want to highlight certain things, like the picture up over here, you could do that without me having tried to point to it. I could do it later on. It's pretty cool. But the thing is, when we tried embedding that YouTube file over on a web page as an embeddable YouTube video, it doesn't actually apply that annotation to the actual video. I'm not sure why. So hopefully that will be taken care of soon. There was a popular thread over the course of the week that people do SEOs really need SEO forums. As you know, we cover SEO forums on a daily basis at the Search Engine Roundtable. Just so you know, pretty much every single famous SEO that you've ever heard of had their start in a forum. Does that mean SEOs need forums? I'm not saying yes or no. All I'm saying is that every single SEO that I know of had their start in an SEO forum. Is it as important these days as it was in the past? It's hard to say. I'll leave that to discussion at the threads. Okay, now it's time to pick the winner. The winner is Jim Grapes. There you go. Congratulations. I'll email you and I'll send you your swag. Well, thank you very much for listening to the Father's Day edition of the Search Buzz video recap. My name is Barry Schwartz. Again, make sure to check out SERoundtable.com and for your chance to win the swag and to listen to these videos and to read more about search news covered from within the search community at the search forums. Everyone, have a great Father's Day, and I'll see you next week.